All right. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight for our up and moving workouts. My name is Isaac. I'm a grad student in the kinesiology and integrative physiology department at Michigan Tech. And with up and moving, we're just trying to provide some virtual as well as recorded workouts that you can do from home to keep you up, moving, and physically active during the pandemic. So tonight's workout is going to be strength focused, but we're also going to throw some cardio in and try to keep you moving here for about 45 minutes or so is the duration that the workout will go. So overall plan, we're going to start with a little warm up for about 5-10 minutes. We'll jump into sort of a circuit style workout where we're going to have some strength exercises. And we're also going to throw some cardio or more active breaks in between those strength exercises to kind of keep us moving and really take advantage of the time that we have. And then we'll finish with a little cool down after that. So in terms of equipment, things that you'll need for the workout as you're preparing here. I always have a chair that you can use to support your body. So something nice and stable that isn't going to move or collapse on you. Always have some sort of improvised dumbbell. That could be cans of soup. You could grab plastic bags and throw multiple cans of soup in there if you need a little bit more weight. If you have the luxury of dumbbells, you can use dumbbells as well. We'll take advantage of those tonight. And then I always have just a backpack, something that I can throw on my body to kind of increase my body weight and get a little bit of extra resistance there too. All right. With that, I think we are ready to get going here. So let's jump into our warm-up. So we're going to go through a few different dynamic movements, kind of get our joints moving, get loosened up a little bit, and get ready for the workout to come. So let's start off with just some high knees. So we're just going to bring those knees up to the chest and just alternate legs here. You can get a little bit of an arm pump in there. We'll go through each one of these warm-up movements for about 30 seconds or so, and then we will change the movement that we're doing. Try to focus each one of these movements on sort of a different joint. And by the end of the warm-up here, we should have our heart rate elevated, feel nice and loose and ready to go. When we get to the real work, good. So as we're loosening up, try to get those knees a little bit higher. Good, and let's go ahead. We're going to switch into a butt kick now. So we're going to be taking that heel and we're going to be driving it up to your butt like you're trying to kick yourself in the rear. So you can see I keep those knees right underneath my hips. And I just try to drive that heel up and I'm just alternating legs, going back and forth. Perfect. And if you're joining us live tonight, if you have any questions as we're going through the workout, feel free to throw those in the chat. I'll try to keep my eyes on it. Good. Stick here for just a couple more seconds and we're going to switch it up. Great. All right, we're going to go into a Frankenstein kick. So you got those hands out in front and you're going to be bringing your toes up to your fingers, trying to keep that leg straight, but you're trying to mimic the Frankenstein walk. So keeping those hands up in front and driving that foot up. Should feel a little tight in the back of your leg. We're just looking to sort of warm those hamstrings up here. Good, I'm starting to breathe a little bit harder now. That's what we're looking for. Great. All right, we're going to go into a little squat movement. So you're going to kind of go into a quarter squat. And then you're going to stand up, make a Y with your arms and look at the ceiling. So down to your knees, up and get a good stretch. So you're really trying to extend that back, look at the ceiling. So we're kind of getting the spine warmed up here, the shoulders warmed up. And I'm just going to keep repeating this movement. Good. And this is a great stretch on the back. It feels good. And as we come forward, you can even start to think about rounding the back a little bit and then coming up into that extension. So I kind of round my back a little bit, push into my knees, and then come up into that extension. The hands on the knees around it. Kind of like a modified cat-cow that you would do in yoga. We're just getting that spine warmed up and moving a little bit. So here, round it, and then up. Extension, look at the ceiling. Good, one more of these. Perfect. So now we're going to go into a little side hop. So we're going to be jumping side to side here. Get those arms swinging. So you call these speed skaters maybe. Moving side to side. I've got my knees bent, my hips bent a little bit. And I'm just going side to side. Think about driving that floor away as you push off. Sort of get those glutes working a little bit here. Good. Go for about 10 more seconds. We'll switch into a new movement. So if you want to, you can increase that intensity a little bit. Maybe try to make your hop a little bit farther, or try to speed it up, go from side to side a little quicker. Good, and 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go into some arm circles. So we'll start forward, and you can keep stepping side to side here. We'll keep the body moving. And as you feel those shoulders starting to loosen up, we can make those circles a little bit bigger. So we get some nice big circles forward. Pulling the shoulder blades together in the back. Perfect, and let's go to some crosses. So same, we'll keep stepping side to side, but we'll bring those arms across the body. Think about reaching for opposite walls in the house. Good, and let's go right back into arm circles, but we're gonna go the opposite direction now. So I'm gonna go backwards. I went forward first. Try to make some nice big circles backwards. Really get those shoulders warmed up and ready to work. Great, nice job. All right, next movement, we're gonna be grabbing the heel, reaching for the ceiling. Grab your ankle, reach for the ceiling. So I'm just switching side to side. We got a little bit of balance here. If you need to, you can even grab that chair in front of you if you need a little bit of balance and just switch side to side. And if you can't quite get a hold of that ankle, just bring it up as far as you can. You can let it back down. Good. All right, we're gonna end with a couple movements that are a little bit higher intensity. So we're gonna go to a jog in place. So if you can, get those feet off the floor. Pretend like you're running down the track. Good. We'll pick that pace up a little bit here. Perfect, and let's pick it up to about like an 8 out of 10. If 10 is sprinting as fast as you can, we're gonna be at about an 8. Good work. Starting to breathe a little bit harder here now. Keep trying to get those feet up off the floor. And we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, warm-up's complete. Go ahead and give yourself a little break here. Grab a drink. Whew. All right, I'm feeling ready to go now. Everything's warmed up, loosened up. Take some big deep breaths here. Try to recover a bit. All right, so while you're getting a drink, recovering, I'm gonna go through our first exercise that we're gonna work on. It's gonna be a lunge. So I'll show you a couple different variations that you can use. This is the easiest variation, is having a chair for some support. So all you're gonna be doing is starting in the standing position, stepping 1 foot back, and then coming back to that standing position. And then we're just gonna repeat on that same leg. So from the side, it looks just like this. Perfect. So nice and slow on the way down, coming back up. Now, if you cannot touch that back knee to the ground, that's okay. You can do kind of a quarter lunge. Same thing, just use a little bit less range of motion. All right. So that's the easiest variation, and we're going to do a set on both legs. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can go ahead and go without the chair, and you can even hold some weight. So I've got my toolbox here, and I'm going to hold that in my hand and do those lunges. All right, and then if you need to make it really hard, you can throw your backpack on, and you can hold on to some weights. So try one of those variations. What we're going to shoot for is 10 to 15 reps. All right, so let's go into our first set. I'm going to start with the easiest variation. So we're going to go for 10 to 15 on the left leg, 10 to 15 on the right leg. All right, here we go. So dropping down to that lunge, going for 10 to 15. Now we want these to be hard by the end of the set. So somewhere between 10 and 15, you should start feeling that quad burning in the front of your leg. Maybe the glutes a little bit too on the leg that you're working. So what I want you to think about is pushing off that front foot. The back foot's just kind of there for support and balance. We're mostly working that front leg. So drive that floor away. Whew. Once you hit your 10 to 15 reps, take a little break. We're going to switch and hit the other leg. Same thing, we're going to go for 10 to 15 on this side. So you can see I control myself down to the ground. Nice and slow. Got this chair for some support if I need it. If you feel confident without the chair, you don't need it. Awesome. If not, the chair is a good tool. And just kind of step back as far as is comfortable for you as you're reaching that back foot back. Good. Let's go ahead and take a break. So we're going to come right back to lunges. But first, we're going to do 30 seconds of an active rest. So for our active rest, we're going to do mountain climbers. So we're going to repeat this process. I'm going to get my timer out. We're going to repeat this process several times. So I know it's a little slow on our first stage, but when we come back, we'll know what we're doing. So with mountain climbers, you can lean into your chair, and you're going to drive that knee up to your chest. Now you can do this as fast as you want. If you want to make this tough, you can do really fast mountain climbers, or you can just do it slow. But you can see I'm keeping a straight line from my shoulder to my ankle, driving that knee up. If you want to make it even harder, you can go right down onto the floor and do a mountain climber here. So let's go for 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 30 seconds of mountain climbers. I'm going to show a nice easy variation right now. So keep those abs tight. Bring that knee up to your chest. Get a little bit of abdominal work here. Try not to let your butt drop on you. Keep that straight line from your shoulder to your ankle. And 3, 2, 1, that's time. Good. So we're going to take a quick break. If you need a drink of water, go ahead and grab it. Okay, so we're going to come back to lunges. But I've got one other exercise we're going to throw in. Is a lateral raise. So we're going back to a little bit more of a strength movement now. So I have some dumbbells, or again, cans of soup can work. What you're going to be doing is standing upright with that chest out and raising those arms up off to the side and making a T with those arms. So it's going to look just like this. You can have those arms a little bit out in front of you. They don't need to be back here, but raising off to the side. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go for 10 to 15 reps. So we want it to be challenging. So grab a weight that you think is going to challenge you between 10 to 15 reps. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my 10-pound dumbbells, and let's go ahead and do a set here. All right. Chest out. And I'm just lifting those arms up off to the side. Again, nice and slow. You can think about a 2 or 3 seconds on the way up and 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And keep that pace. It's going to start to burn in your shoulders. That's what we're looking for. So get whatever you can. If you make it to 15, you can stop there. You can grab a heavier weight on your next set if you need to. Good. And I think I got a couple more in me. Woo, that burns. Good. And we'll set those down. Take a quick breather if you need it. And we are going to go for 30 seconds again here of another active break. This time we're going to change it up. Instead of mountain climbers, we're going to be doing a side-to-side hop again. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we're going for 30 seconds. So it's these speed skaters. So think about getting a little bit of distance and hopping out to the side. We're going to stay moving here for the next, what do we have, about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. We'll take some breaks in between, but try to stay active here. And that is time. Good. So go ahead, grab a drink of water. And we are going to go right back through that same sequence that we just did. So we're going to go lunges, 30 seconds mountain climber, lateral raise, 30 seconds lateral hops. All right. So I did my lunges with the chair on the first one. I'm going to make things a little bit harder. And I'm now going to do my lunges with a couple of dumbbells and no chair. Okay. Whew. Deep breath. Let's go into another set of lunges. So we got to do a set of 10 to 15 on one leg and then do the other leg. Now, if you made 15 really easy on your first set, try to grab some weight. Maybe try it without the chair. If the way that you did it last time worked great, then stay right there. Okay, here we go. Just stepping that leg back, trying to focus the weight on my front foot. And then I drive the floor away with that front foot. So you can see, still going with a 1, 2, 3 on the way down. And nice and controlled on the way up. 10 to 15, whatever you can do when it starts to burn and your reps start to slow down, we can go ahead and switch sides. Whew. All right, I'm switching over to my other leg. There we go. Keep those abs tight, keep your hips level. Don't let your hips tilt to your left or your right. I think I got a couple more in the tank here. Woo, good. All right, I'll give us a couple seconds to finish those, and we're going to go right back to mountain climbers for 30 seconds. All right, let's get set. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. 30 seconds of mountain climbers. I'm going a little bit faster pace this time. If you need to keep with a little slower pace, that's completely fine. I'm going to speed it up, bringing those knees up to that chest. Almost there, guys. 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's time. Good. All right, we'll take a minute for a water break. And then we are going to go back into lateral raises. All right. So if you did 15 really easy on your last set, grab a little heavier weight if you can. Maybe you go to 2 cans of soup instead of 1. If you really struggle to get 10, maybe you can lower your weight. So we're aiming for that 10 to 15 range. Here we go. And raise those arms up to the sides. Keep your chest out. Shoulder blades back. We're nice, slow, under control. Getting those hands right up to the sides of my shoulders. You can think about lifting that weight and reaching out to the walls on your sides as you're doing these. And the shoulders are starting to burn now. Good. Almost there. Whew. That's good for me. All right. Slight breather, but we're going to go into 30 seconds again of this time some side-to-side hops for speed skaters. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're going for 30 seconds. And again, you can pace yourself with these. Go as fast as you want. All we want to do is keep that heart rate a little elevated. Nice work. 3, 2, 1. And that is time. Good job. So let's take a longer break. Grab yourself a drink of water. Ooh, I'm getting sweaty. All right, so next, we're going to move into a couple of new exercises. So we're going to switch things up a little bit here. So we're going to go into our first exercise. It's going to be a push-up. So easiest variation is going to be while leaning on a chair, maybe a couch or a countertop, something that keeps you sort of inclined like this. You can even do these on the wall. You can actually just rest on the wall and do the push-up. But all we're looking for is to lean onto something. And you're going to try to maintain a straight line from that shoulder to that ankle. You're going to come down, bring your chest to the wall or chair, and then drive yourself up. So maintaining a good plank, good posture here, going up and down. So that's the easiest version, is to do an incline or on the wall. And we can make it a little bit harder by simply going down to the floor and doing a push-up here. So down to the floor and back up. And if you still yet need to make it a little bit harder, you can take your backpack, throw your backpack on, and then do a push-up that way with a little bit of extra resistance. So a few options for push-ups. Find one that challenges you. Again, we're going to shoot for 10 to 15 reps, and we want it to be challenging at the end of the set. All right, so let's go ahead and do our first set of push-ups. So find the variation that you think is going to work best, and let's go for 10 to 15 reps here. Good. So don't let your butt drop. Keep those abs tight. Bringing your chest to the chair or the wall, whatever you're doing your push-ups on, or the floor, and then driving that thing away. Again, we're still going to use nice, slow, and controlled movements. So we're going with about 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. Whew. I think I'm there. All right. Take a little bit of a break. I'm going to grab a quick sip, and then we're going to go into another 30-second interval of an exercise here. Okay, ready? So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be driving the knee and the arm up in the air, almost like your elbows connected to your knee on a rope, or almost like you're climbing a ladder and reaching for the next rung. All right, so we're going to be doing this for 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. So reaching the knee and my arm at the same time like we're climbing a ladder. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, you can try to kind of do it quickly. Sorry, I'm getting my pace off. Just pretend like you're climbing that ladder faster. Good, and we're down 2, 3, 2, 1, time, good. Whew. All right, we'll take a little bit longer break. Get some water here. Whew. All right. So our second strength exercise we're going to do with this little circuit is going to be a hip thrust. So I'll show you how to set these up. I like to do them on a chair. So you start by having a seat on the chair. You lower yourself down so that just below your shoulder blades is contacting that chair. And then from here, you extend your hips up so you're into this sort of bridge, and you're thinking about squeezing your butt. So you can see that movement's happening here in the hip, and I'm trying to keep my spine as a straight line. So you can see that's really going to work those glutes and in the back of your legs here. And what I want is my knee at about 90 degrees. All right, so there's a variation you can do on the chair. If you prefer, you can do these on the floor as well. So you can actually just lay on the floor, arms at your sides, and then same thing here. Go down to the floor and then lift those hips back up. All right, so that's our bridge. Another way you can make it harder is to simply take, if I grab my toolbox here, my toolkit, I can set this on my hips, lower myself down, and now I have a little bit of extra weight. And I can think about driving those hips up, squeezing my butt. So that's going to be our next strength exercise. So we're going to go into a set of 10 to 15 of these, and then we're going to go right into another active break after. All right, ready? Let's do a set of hip thrusts, 10 to 15. So drive those hips up, squeeze your butt at the top, lower back down, drive your hips up, squeeze your butt. Think about pushing through your heels as you're lifting those hips. I want this movement to happen at my hip joint. Good. All right, I think I got one more starting to burn in my butt and my hamstrings. All right. Once we finish that setup, We're going to go into another active break. All right, so with this one, we're going to do a jumping jack variation. So you can either do this variation where you're stepping a foot out to the side and lifting those hands, or if you want to go with the real jumping jack, we can do that as well. All right, we're going for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So again, if you need to do a modified jumping jack, it's going to look just like this. Good. And we got about 10 seconds left here. Down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Good. And give yourself a little break. Whew. So get some water. So we're going to go through that same sequence again. We're going to do a push-up, active break, hip thrust, active break. All right. So if your push-up variation, the first time you did it, landed you in the 10 to 15 rep range and it started to get challenging, then you're good. You can hang there. If not, you can drop to the floor or you can do a little bit harder variation of the push-up. So if you come from the wall, it'll be a little harder to do it on the chair. And then if you were at the chair, it'll be harder to do it on the ground. You can also just add a backpack and do it on the chair too, if that's more comfortable. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I'll show you how to do the backpack and then on the chair, because this adds just a little bit of extra resistance for you. All right, so here we go. Let's go into our second set of push-ups here. Okay, going for 10 to 15. Got a straight line from my shoulder to my ankle and I'm ready to go. Let's do it. So keep these nice and slow and under control. Whew. All right. That's a set for me. Whew. Okay. Just a couple seconds to finish those up. So we're going to go into 30 seconds again. We're going to do the ladder climbs. So pretending like you're climbing a ladder. So this is kind of the slower, easier version. And if you want to, you can pretend like you're climbing that ladder really quick. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Climbing that ladder. Reach those hands up. Bring your knees up. Nice job. The hard variation on these is brutal. Let's get you out of breath real quick. Down 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it's time. Nice job. All right, a little longer recovery. Catch our breaths here a bit. Get yourself a drink. Certainly starting to sweat pretty hard myself. Okay. Whew. All right. So we have got one more set of hip thrusts and we've got one more active break and then we'll go to a little cool down. So we're almost there. Hard work's almost done. So let's go ahead into these hip thrusts. I'm going to add some weight to my hips to make them a little bit harder. I'll start here at the edge of my chair with my weight on my waist. Lower down, shoulder blades. Just below my shoulder blades are contacting the chair. And then from here, I'm going to extend the hips. Here we go. We're going for a set of 10 to 15. Get a good extension, nice straight line from shoulder to the knee at the top of this movement. Think about driving those heels to the floor, squeezing your butt at the top. Fully extend those hips. Good. Almost there. Should probably be starting to burn in your glutes and in your hamstrings, in the back of the leg. Ooh. All right. Feeling those. Nice work. Okay, once we finish up, we're going to go into 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Get my timer ready. All right. So once more, so recap, here's our modified version. Kicking the leg out, bringing the hands up, or you can go for a full-on jumping jack if you want. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm going to try to push it here. Good job. We're almost there. Oh, we can do an extra 5 seconds just because. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time. Woo. All right. Pat yourself on the back. That's all the hard work done. You can get a drink. And we're just going to go into a little cool down now. Take some deep breaths. All right, so we got a lot of work done there in a short amount of time. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the workout. Trying to make sure we kept moving today. All right. We'll go into a few stretches here as we kind of cool down. We'll do these from a standing position. If you would rather sit on the floor, you can do the same thing. We're going to do a little hamstring stretch here. So what I'm going to do is try to move at my hips and reach down towards my toes. I'm going to get as far as I can. It's okay if you got a little back bending going on. But ultimately, we're trying to stretch through those hamstrings in the back of the leg. Just reach down as far as you can so you feel it get a little tight, maybe just a little uncomfortable in the back of the leg. Doesn't have to be super uncomfortable. And just try to take some deep breaths down here. Think about relaxing those hamstrings a little bit more. As you loosen up, you can try to reach a little bit further. Feels good on my back too, to just kind of let my back round a little bit. Unless it causes you pain, try to keep your back flat. Good. All right, up to the top, take a deep breath. And we're going to grab that elbow. Take that elbow behind your head. Grab with that other hand, and I'm going to try to reach this hand down to the floor. And then from here, you can even lean to the side away from the elbow that you're grabbing. Getting a stretch through my lats, kind of through my side and in my triceps. Good, and let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring that other elbow up next to your ear, behind your head. Grab on, reach that hand down to the floor, and then we're gonna lean away from that elbow. All right, heart rate's starting to come down. Good, and let's just swing those arms and kind of swing that stretch out a little bit here. Good, and we'll go one more little stretch and then we'll finish up. So I'm gonna use a chair for a little support. You don't need the chair, but I'm gonna grab my ankle and try to bring my heel to my butt. We'll get a little stretch on the quad. We can just hold this here for a second. Good. Let's go ahead and we'll switch sides. So grab that other ankle, pull your foot up to your butt. Great. All right. We've done it. We made it. So nice job tonight. I hope you enjoyed the workout. If you've got any comments or feedback for me, please let me know in the comments. And thank you for joining again. There is a HIIT workout tomorrow at Jamie, 6 o'clock. So if you're looking for another workout to hit again right away on a Tuesday, 6 o'clock tomorrow. We also have our lunchtime workout on Wednesday at noon. So you can join us for kind of a light workout, give you a break from sitting and working. And check out our schedule also if you're interested in looking at other days of the week. And please, if you got any friends, family who you think might enjoy some of our workouts and joining us here, even just looking at our recorded workouts, pass this resource along to them and share with them. And then lastly, also, stay tuned on Sunday. We have a recording on Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be on ABC 10. So if you're looking for another workout to do on Sunday, or you just want to see our faces on TV, you can join that on Sunday at noon. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon.